What's up, babe? How y'all doing, everybody? How y'all doing? What's up? How y'all doing this afternoon? Hey, boo. Hey, Abby, boo. How you doing, girl? How are you doing, girl? What's up? How y'all doing? Hey, David. How you doing? Mr. Credential. What's up, babe? Bilo Didi. Okay, Bilo Didi. Hey, how y'all doing? Or I should say below Didi, not Bilo Didi. What's up? Well, I'm sorry. I wish it was 10 so you could clock out. Well, hey, Cincinnati in the house. Didi Walker, Cincinnati in the house. I wish it was 10. I wish it was 10 o'clock. I wish. Hey, Cookie, I got your email. And I will definitely keep you posted. I definitely will keep you posted. I need to, yeah, but I will definitely keep you posted. What's up, Sylvia? How you doing, Sylvia Williams? What's up? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? How many people are at work? Like, what's y'all work week looking like? Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Oh, well, you know, it's a little something, just a little something, you know. I had a few things on my mind. I had to get off my chest, you know. My ample bosom, since people want to talk about stuff, you know what I'm saying? You working every day? Oh, no. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Something I was getting ready to say. What up, Face? Shut up, Face. Face, I meant to contact you this weekend because I wanted to do a podcast. But before I knew it, it was Saturday morning, and I was just like, am I flashing? What? I am not. No, I'm not flashing nobody. Child, no. What's up, Xavier? How you doing? No, I'm not flashing nobody. Boy, calm down. I'm not over here doing these things. Okay. I see that. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm actually done tomorrow at noon. Our last day is tomorrow at the end of the day, but I'm leaving early. I have a funeral to go to. One of my coworkers' mom passed away, and so I'm going to the funeral tomorrow. And hey, number one Eagle fan, you retracted. I didn't see what you said, so I'm hoping it was something good. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing? No, I really did. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I ain't do nothing this weekend. I did not do anything this weekend. I did not. And we had some stuff we could have talked about. We could have talked about Colin Kaepernick. You know, we had stuff to talk about, but it's whatever. Y'all out of school for the whole week? I wish. Hey, Cynthia Hammonds, how you doing? Child, no. Am I cooking? Not a thing. Not a thing, honey. I am picking up 3 items. My aunt is hosting and she is catering. We usually do a potluck where everybody brings something, but my aunt she catering it, so ain't nobody bringing nothing. She told us not. As a matter of fact, she told us do not bring anything. The only thing she asked us to bring was she asked my generation water, ginger ale, because she's making punch. I know that old school punch with the big old block that you get from the store, and then you pour ginger ale over it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So she asked for ginger ale for the punch, water, and everybody bring a dessert. Now that means we're gonna probably end up with 30 desserts, but I'm still not cooking no dessert. When I go to buy the ginger ale and the water, I'm gonna walk right through the bakery and I'm gonna pick up something from the bakery. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Oh, Sylvia, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, I'll extend my prayers to you and your family. I know it's definitely hard. I'm certainly losing a dad, but right here at the holidays, I'm sure that's going to be hard for the family. So definitely keep you guys in prayer over the next month or so, because it's a lot. It's a lot going into the holiday season. It definitely is. I understand. Not from a father, but when my brother passed away, he passed away in October. So I definitely understand. Now I love when you have to read someone and get them all together. I start feeling like I'm at the library during story time. Thank you. Thank you, number one Eagle fan, girl. Girl, I just had some things I had to say. Coming, you know how we do over this side. Captivating Christian had to come off the porch for a little minute last night, honey. If y'all didn't see what he had to say, y'all better go on over to his channel and check it out. Well, we already know what El Teddy had to say, honey. And which I don't want is for Abby to get into it. Y'all want Abby to stay right where she is. Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want that. I promise you don't want that. So, but yeah. So yeah, you guys. So I looked at let me hit these hashtags real quick because I'm only gonna be on here an hour because I still have to I got some videos I gotta get up. I got some videos. I've done my Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I have to upload it. And I have to do my Married to Medicine, and then I have to do my Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I have to get that one uploaded. And y'all know I do Cartel Crew. So I got 4 videos I'm trying to get up tonight. So we're gonna keep it to an hour. Expeditiously. Who expeditiously? What did expeditiously do? Who expeditiously? Oh, T.I. Child. He went on the Red Table Talk today. Well, they aired it today. Now, I read it, number one Eagles fan. I just didn't see the comment at first, but I see it, child. Thank you. What's up, Queen Star, my world? Child. Yeah, I didn't know who Expeditiously was now. So T.I. went on the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett, and her mom and Tiny came along. And basically what it boils down to is the comments he made last week. Hey, it's just Shay. How you doing, girl? Hey, Andrea. How you doing? Basically what it boils down to, you guys, is he is what he is. He already T.I. So let's just get that out the way. But he didn't really understand the backlash that he was going to get. He thought that he could just get on here and make his little comments about keeping his daughter's hymen in check, and nobody was going to check him. He didn't think that it was anything wrong with what he said. He said that his daughter was pissed off at him, and that he has apologized profusely to her because she was pissed. But he really didn't understand what he had said or done. He felt like it was his job. Now what he also said was that he said he doesn't currently go to the doctor with her, that he went when she was 14 and 15 and he was with her mother, and that he did not go into the actual examining room. Hey, Monk Chip, how you doing, girl? Who is calling me? Dang on it. What you hate with every time somebody's been calling you, then you can't. So I'm gonna call them back as soon as I get off the phone. Let me get off of here. But yeah, he said that I lost my train of thought. Well, yeah, Abby, because he thought it was cute. He thought what he was saying was cute. You know what I'm saying? He thought it was going to be cute and that everybody was going to laugh and it was going to be, oh, ha, ha, ha. You go to your daughter's visits. Oh, ha, ha. But it ain't go that way. And he was quick to realize. And he was saying how, he just, that he is as a husband, it's his job, or as a father, that it's his job to protect his daughter. Hey, Thundercat. She was at the OBGYN street. Oh, at 14. I mean, it depends on her body. As a woman, I don't know when my first OBGYN visit was. I can honestly say I don't know how old I was. However, I can say that if you have a body that is maturing faster or you have different things that go on, you might go to the OBGYN at an earlier age. I honestly couldn't. I honestly don't remember the first time I went to the OBGYN, but I know that I went probably at an early age because I had issues with my menstrual cycle. So thank you, Munch. Oh, I agree, Abby. I'm not defending him. I'm just telling you what the man said, child. I ain't defending him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Abby. You going to a woman goes to a young lady, going to the OBGYN at 14 really isn't unheard of. It really isn't. It isn't crazy. Yeah, Xavier, yeah, it did bring up, a couple of, and what he was saying was, and even his response was ignorant, because again, it further perpetuates the thought process that a mother's baby, a father's maybe, because he said that if his daughter, hey, what's up, Danny? If his daughter showed up pregnant, that it would change his household immediately. Like his household would immediately be affected by her becoming pregnant. But if his son became pregnant, it wouldn't immediately change his household. And once again, I'm saying, why not? If your son got somebody pregnant, it should immediately change your household. And then he said, well, if she went out here and got pregnant, then she decided to make adult decisions. No, he didn't even say get pregnant. He said start having sex. If she went out here and started having sex and making adult decisions, then if he went out here and started making adult decisions, then immediately, hey, what's up, Captivating Christian? Hey, babe, my kissing cousin. Then immediately he would have to see, I made me lose my train of thought now, that his son, that it doesn't change the son's immediate situation. And I'm like, but it should change the son's immediate situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ignorant as hell to say, oh, well, my son getting a woman pregnant won't affect him. And then he went on to say how if his daughter started having sex, that once you start having sex, your childhood is over. That's dumb as hell. That's ignorant as hell. And that once she started having sex, that he would have to then treat her as an adult, and she would have to take on adult responsibilities. I'm like, because she decided to have sex? But I bet you wouldn't do the same thing to your son. Talking about she would have to start paying bills and stuff. Really? She would have to start paying bills because she decided to have sex? Really? Child. Nope. I'm good. I'm good. Jonathan, I'm good. We're not even entertaining it. The reason why I did a separate video was so I wouldn't even have to entertain it on this one, so we could just have a good time. You see what I'm saying? So we ain't even gonna go there, Jonathan. We're gonna keep it moving. Boom. Yeah, exactly. T.I. should just, and even when they were trying to explain it to him, what I do accept from T.I. is that he said he doesn't know what he doesn't know. He accepted the fact that there was a lot he didn't know. He didn't understand the backlash. He didn't know where it was. He didn't expect the backlash. And then he was saying, well, somebody needs to teach us. And Jada was like, well, that's why you have feminists. That's why you have women. The problem is y'all don't want to listen. When we tell y'all don't want to listen. Because, she said, Will said stuff. Will likes to tell stuff that shouldn't be repeated and tell stories that are embarrassing to Willow. And Willow's had to check him. She said Willow's had to check him sometime and tell him. And even if Willow's in a bad mood and Will will say, oh, she must be on her period. And Willow had to be like, no, don't do that. And let me tell you something. The quickest way to piss me off is if I'm in a bad mood, say, oh, you must be on your period. Oh, you talk about pissing me off. The quickest way. Because I hate when men write that off as I hate when men write that off. That's why you're in a bad mood. Like, you can't have any other reason for being pissed off or being in a bad mood. Hey, BB Nice, how you doing, boo? Dark Chocolate, how you doing? He said he didn't even know that checking that women hymen could break from other ways other than sex until now. Really? So not only were you ignorant enough to think you could check your daughter's hymen and think that that meant she wasn't having sex, you didn't realize that there were other ways a woman's hymen can be broken. And like Jada Pinkett said, and your daughter could be very sexually active and her hymen still be fully intact. I went to Catholic school. Trust me, I know. They do everything except have vaginal sex. And I promise you, they were just as sexually active as the next person. Exactly. Women and second-class citizens. Well, you know what? It's just Shay. I didn't see the original interview. I saw sound bites, so I didn't hear it in its entirety. So I don't know exactly what he said versus on the Red Table Talk versus what he said in that first interview. But he did admit that in the first interview that he embellished. He did admit that. I mean, some say lie, some say embellish, but he did admit that. But he said he was doing that for comedic value, like he was just joking. He wasn't being serious. So he did admit that though. So yeah, he did admit that he, lied. He should have just not opened his damn mouth. But yeah, you're right, Monk Chip. But he should, because at the end of the day, even if everything he said is true, that's nobody else's business. That's nobody else's business. Even if everything he said was true, it's nobody else's business for him to tell anybody what he's doing with his daughter. Exactly, Xavier. And at the end of the day, what example have you shown your sons and your daughter? Because you done cheated on their mother repeatedly. All your baby mamas you done cheated on. So again, you worried about your daughter going out here. Why are you not worried about the example you set for your daughter? Child, they don't communicate about nothing. They communicate about him cheating. That's what they communicate about. Child, you can't tell the truth and embellish at the same time. It's just Shay. You know what I'm saying, girl? Either you lying or you telling the truth, girl. You can't do the same thing. Let me tell you something. I went to Catholic school, and them Catholic, I ain't gonna say them. I was Catholic at the time, but let me tell you something. They convinced themselves that if they do everything except for vaginal sex, they are still virgins. So they did everything except for vaginal sex, and I do mean everything. Hey, Dommy. Hey, baby. Yeah, you get into HIPAA, you get into all of that. Hey, little baby, what's up, girl? Child, that's all Tiny know how to do. I don't understand Tiny. I do, but I don't. No, I don't. I ain't gonna say I do. I don't. I don't understand Tiny. I don't. I don't understand Tiny. Love is love, but there's a point where love is just not enough. I'm sorry. Love is love, but there's a point. Okay, Dommy. Oh, okay. Well, little baby, we know you working hard. We know you working hard, girl. I am good today. I'm doing really well. I'm almost on vacation. I'm this at noon tomorrow, honey. My vacation starts. I will be free for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 days, honey. I'm good. I'm gonna have me a good time this weekend. And so I'm good. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, because HIPAA gets into I know that as a teacher, there are things that I'm not allowed to know. Well, there are things that the nurse can't tell me because, like you said, it's just the nurse can't violate HIPAA. But if a parent chooses to tell me that about their child, that's not violating HIPAA, right? I'm not. Yeah. No, it's not. I'm not saying it. I'm not putting a question mark on that. I'm just saying because I've taught students that have had, ailments and things of that nature that I knew about and that I didn't know about. So. But that's on the parent, whether, I know these things the nurse can't tell me, not without the permission from the parent. That's what I'm saying. I understand her. She accepts the T.I.'s BS. Remember when he said a woman couldn't be president and she was like, my husband's Misogynist, what do you want me to do? I mean, you know who he is. You chose to accept it. That's your business. You know what you married. Because here's the thing. You married him after he done cheated on you, after this, after that. Like you went into that marriage with your eyes wide open. There was no filter. You went to that marriage with your eyes wide open, okay? Yeah, it's a lot, Dami. You know that. It's so many limitations. Because I remember us having a really big situation, having a really big issue with the fact that having to having to admit that to know whether students were HIV positive, because we were talking about universal precautions, because we were supposed to be trained on universal precautions, and there were supposed to be certain things in our classroom like rubber gloves and things of that nature so that we could use universal precautions, because they could not tell us if there were students in our classroom who were HIV positive. We just had to use the same protection anytime there was a situation, whether it was a fight or whatever, whenever there was blood. And we were like, okay, well, we don't have no gloves. We don't have this. We don't have that. We don't have this. We don't have that. But we knew we had students in the building who were HIV positive. And we didn't have a lot of what we were supposed to have. And I'm not just saying just HIV positive. I'm just saying anything in general. We didn't know. And we did not have the things that we were supposed to have in our classrooms, if a child did cut themselves or things like that. What's up, Kels? Hey, I'm glad you could join us. How you doing? Let me tell you something. I don't know how I feel about the Ray J Princess situation, because at the end of the day, I'm just not convinced that it's real. I'm not convinced that the Ray J Princess situation is real. I'm just not convinced of it. I'm not convinced of it. So I don't know how I feel about them. Money can't buy wisdom. T.I. has old caveman vibe. He does. Tiny has no role model for the young ladies in that home on that aspect. Yeah, definitely, Dami. Definitely limited. Since I've been teaching, it's definitely a lot different of what I could do versus what I can do now. Yeah, I mean, according to Princess, Ray J has her blocked, but then Ray J goes live saying, I've been calling you. I just want to see my daughter. But you blocked her. So, hold on. I missed it. Hold on, y'all. So T.I. went to Jada's business and doubled down in his ignorance. I won't say he necessarily doubled down. He admitted to being wrong. He admitted that he made a mistake. He just didn't understand. Before he did it, he did not realize what he was doing wrong. Because he still said that he didn't think there was anything wrong with telling a woman, oh, you must be on your period. He was like, see, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And they were like, yes, there's something wrong with it. Like, you don't say that to a woman. I need Ray J and exactly. I need Princess and Ray J to do the same. I definitely do. I'm going to be honest with y'all, though. I tend to believe, if I had to pick a side, I mean, I think both of them are telling their side of the story. Let me be clear. I don't think either one is giving us 100% of the truth. But if I had to choose a side, see, I don't know. I ain't even gonna say it, because I think both of them have done things to make me think that they could be telling the truth in this situation or telling a lie in this situation. Like, for example, Ray J said that when they went to Vegas, they were supposed to look for houses. Princess said she had no idea that he wanted to move to Vegas, and he just sprung it on her right before they left. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Ray J said, you can leave Vegas anytime you want to leave Vegas. Your car is here. She said, I don't know how I'm going to get back to LA. My car is here, but, you know, I'm 9 months pregnant. I shouldn't be driving. Ray J said, your mother is on her way to meet us here in Vegas. That's why we were here. So if you want to go back to LA, you got a way to get back to LA. Like, and he was like, and she has her own money. Like, Princess could get to LA if she wanted to get to LA. She has her own money. She doesn't need my, like, I don't know. It's just two different sides of the story. I believe they got into an argument and Ray J rolled out. I believe Ray J left her in the apartment. But see, that's not how she went. That's not how she presented it at first. At first, she presented it as he left us stranded here in Vegas. And she insinuated that he was back in LA. And then when he went live and he cleared it up and was like, no, I'm still here in Vegas. You won't tell me where you are, but I'm still in Vegas because I know you and my daughter are still in Vegas. I haven't gone anywhere. So it's too, I still think it's a storyline though. I'm just not convinced that it's not a storyline. Right. I'm trying to avoid the Ray J Pinky situation so I won't be spoiled for next season Love and Hip Hop Holly. Exactly. I just think it's a storyline. Princess is foolish. There's no way I would let y'all know that my husband left me and our baby stranded in another state. Sometimes you have to be embarrassed in private. Right. But Dark Chocolate, that's what I'm saying. They weren't. He's still in Vegas. He hasn't left Vegas. He didn't leave the state. But she led us to believe that he was back in LA and that he left them there stranded. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, but I'm sure they're two sides. Well, I know that they're two sides. But they can't stop making videos. Exactly. T.I. was acting like a lot of African men and a lot of old school black men in America taught. Yeah, absolutely. He absolutely was. He absolutely was. Whoever gets the most likes wins. Exactly. But you hear when she said she did not want to be human trafficked. Who said that? Because we talking about two different things now. Princess said that, or who said they want to be human trafficked? What? I'm confused. Well, the reality is, little baby, you can drive to Vegas, and a lot of people drive from LA to Vegas. A lot of people don't fly to Vegas. You can drive to LA. You can drive from LA to Vegas in like 4 hours. And they went out there because they did the red carpet for the Soul Train Awards. They probably booked it before she was pregnant, or at least maybe they thought they could swing it. You know what I'm saying? But they probably did, and they don't fly commercial. So a flight from Vegas to LA is probably 45 minutes tops. It's probably a 45-minute flight. So her flying 45 minutes and her in a car 4 hours and probably still ain't the, smartest decision, but I could see it happening. T.I.'s a hypocrite. I'm sure he was having sex with. Absolutely he was. He had kids when he was 18, didn't he? Didn't he already have a child? Didn't Ray? Hold up, I lost it. Hold on, y'all. I lost what I was reading. Didn't Ray J cheat with Princess while he was still back and forth with Tierra? Why do women think marriage equates faithful? Child. I'm skeptical about all reality stars. That's what I'm saying. I'm the same way, Shay. You just don't know if it's a storyline. How are you grown and you stranded anywhere? Okay, and that's what Ray J said. Ray J was like, Princess has her own money. Like, even if I was that big of an asshole and I left them in Vegas, Princess can get home. He was like, she's not relying on my credit card or on my resources. She has her own money. She can get wherever she needs to get. And I believe him on that. Because, she does have her own businesses and stuff. I ain't saying they're real successful, but she certainly could book, a car to take her from Vegas to LA. I'm just saying. Ray J was just hunching Tier. Okay, well, hunching is sex. It's inappropriate. Yeah, I think it's a story. I just think it's a storyline. I don't think it's real. I think it's a storyline. Princess and Ray J, she knew what he was about. She alleges he may have cheated. I can't feel too bad for her in their situation. Yeah. Mona probably set all this up. Probably. Joyce, Princess said she didn't want to be. Okay, I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what human trafficking means. I don't know what it would mean from Princess saying she didn't want to be human trafficked. Is she accusing Ray J of being what? Like, is she accusing Ray J of being a human trafficker? Like, is that what? I don't know, Joyce. I don't know anything about. I don't have an opinion on it because I don't know. Oh, that's why she's scared to travel on her own. Oh, because she don't want to get. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Child, she need to go sit down somewhere. It's 5 hours with traffic. Okay, so yeah. So that's about from here, for me to go from here to where I went to college. You know, I'd do that in a weekend. Come home for the weekend, go back. You know what I mean? So it's not that realistic. See, you know what, Dami? You're gonna take Ray J off her hands. As a person who does a flight 45 minutes to an hour, yeah, it's not a bad flight. And like I said, they fly a private jet. They don't get on commercial like us. Well, I shouldn't say that, but they fly first class. So yeah, at a certain point in your pregnancy, they won't let you fly. At a certain point, they won't let women on. So I'm thinking that they probably drove to Vegas. That's why her car is in Vegas. They probably drove to Vegas because she has her car there. How would her car have gotten to Vegas? So, and again, this is all according to them, honey. Yeah, I don't think she flew either, y'all. I don't think she flew either. I think she drove. Face it, I got nothing for this subject. We know, Face. We know. Okay, yeah. So she was afraid of being snatched. I don't know why won't you? I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. That's not nice. Teeny is 5 years older than T.I., and I don't understand why she puts up with that. Really? I didn't realize she was 5 years. I knew she was older than him, but I didn't realize it was 5 years. Well, he said in one of his videos that princesses talk to Brandy and princesses talk to his mother, but Princess will not talk to him. That don't mean it's real because remember, Brandy made a couple of cameos last season and was getting into the mix on Love and Hip Hop herself. So Brandy being involved don't mean that it's not still part of the Okay, BB Nice, you and that Aggie. I know where you from using that Aggie, honey. Using that slang, that Aggie. I know where you from, girl. Child. So on the internet today, Ray J and Princess were getting on a private jet and fly out to Vegas. As anyone else? Wait a minute. We're getting on a private jet. Wait a minute. Ray J and Princess were getting on a private jet and flying out of Vegas. Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen it, but I believe it. Yeah, I just think it's a storyline. Notice they didn't really have a whole lot this season. They ain't really have a whole lot coming this season. So I think it's a storyline. Yeah, it's a storyline. At least in my opinion. Child, Mona did. You know that. Mona said, we're going to have the cameras there, okay? We're going to pay for y'all to get back, but we're going to have the cameras waiting for you. Child. Well, anyway. Did y'all see? Okay, so that my next hashtag was about Patrick Patterson. Was it Patrick Patterson? Hold on, let me make sure I got the man's name right. I don't want to call him out his name. Patrick Patterson. So Patrick Patterson is an NBA player. He's not a star NBA player, but he's an NBA player. And he made some comments about, It's very pathetic for a storyline among chicks, but you know, people play with their marriage and their relationships all the time for that reality TV show check. People do it all the time, honey. Hell, to hear them telling Nene and Greg got divorced and got remarried just for a storyline. So, you know, ciao. So, oh, sorry, y'all. So, Patrick made the comments. He spoke on, I'm gonna read you exactly what he said because I don't want to misquote this fool. He's married to a white woman, and he made a comment in response to criticism that he got on his Instagram for whatever reason. And so this is what he said now he's since apologized. Of course, he's walking back his comments or whatever. But this is what he said. I'm going to read you the quote. So I should settle for a bulldog, speaking of black women, and act like I'm happy with my life and preach, keep it in your race to the world, as if Dr. King didn't die for equality, acceptance of all cultures, loving one another, and no hate. No thanks. That may be your life, but I don't want that for mine or my family. Color doesn't matter. Wake up. Now, here's the thing. He's absolutely correct. You love who you love. Don't bring Martin Luther King into this. Martin Luther King don't have nothing to do with you marrying that white woman. And I do think that we know people are keyboard gangsters, so I don't know what people said to him to elicit that response. But once again, that is not right. You calling women a bulldog, so that you're talking about your mama, your aunties, your grandmama, okay? Because you're a black man. So that's who you're talking about when you're calling them bulldogs. Let's start there. Second of all, that's not what Martin Luther King was marching about. That's not what he was talking about. Now, granted, you love who you love. That's great. But it sounds to me like you holding on to some other stuff, bruh. Now, of course, you know, he did the whole walking it back and trying to, oh, Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, I might need to take me a nap. Ooh. You know, he was walking it back and explaining himself and apologizing, and it's not this and it's not that. I'm like, you meant what you said. You said it right the first time and you meant it. And you calling women bulldaggers, you meant exactly that. What a dumbass. How the hell you call black women hell, my mother was biracial, but to put down your own race, if you said it, you meant it, period. Exactly. Black women have to endure so much BS from okay. And that's the thing, y'all. People think it's a game. They think it's a game. You mean Dr. King didn't die for his right to make it to the NBA and get a white woman? Exactly, right? That is not what, you know what I'm saying? How dare him? How dare him? Why black women have to be bulldogs? Martin Luther King didn't fight for you to put down a whole segment of your people. Okay. Yes, he can take many seats. Do you think some folks use marrying or dating a Caucasian woman as a symbol? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I believe so. I absolutely believe that that's what, I definitely believe that's what black men do. He literally provided all the commentators right there. Proved, all the commentators right. Yeah, exactly. He did. I mean, his response, and again, you love who you love, and you meet, you know, if you move in certain circles, you're going to meet certain people. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to question that man. I ain't going to question who he fell in love with. But at the end of the day, your response, like if he had not said the bulldog part, you know what I'm saying? If he had just said, hey, I love who I love. This is who I met and fell in love with. Y'all need to let color go. Stop being so caught up on color. I probably would have let him have it. The bulldog one, though, and the Martin Luther King part of it, you kind of threw me off a little bit, bro, with that. You kind of threw me off a little bit with that. Let me see what team, because he ain't a star player, okay? You know, so let me hold on. Let me see what team he play for. The Clippers. He plays for the Clippers. So he on your side of the world, Danny. He out there with you, Danny. I mean, I know he's not with you. He's further away from you, but he on your side of the country. Please do not at me, but Martin Luther King did have a share of white women, and that is no secret. Oh, yeah, but I'm not talking about what decisions Martin Luther King made in his private life, and that's fine. I'm talking about you using Martin Luther King and what Martin Luther King did as your right to, that made it your right to go, or your, however he want to word it, to marry a white woman. Here's the thing. Again, Martin Luther King did press for us to all get past color. So again, for that, I'm not even tripping off of. You calling black women bulldogs, though, tells me how you feel about black women. I truly believe that is why a lot of black men use Martin Luther King as an example. I don't. Eagles fan, number one Eagles fan. I don't, because I don't think enough people know that much about Martin Luther King. I think they just throw it out there because, when Martin Luther King marched for us to all be equal. I don't think they that deep with it. I really don't. Number one Eagles fan. I don't. I don't think that they that deep with it, baby. Exactly. You don't have to down your own race. Again, be who you want to be with, child. Be who you want to be with. Don't my baby Chris, my kissing cousin have beautiful locks, don't he? Beautiful locks. How long you been growing your locks, Christian? I never asked you that. Captivating Christian, how long you been growing your locks? Right, his mama a bulldog, his auntie, his grandmama. Yeah, I'm with you, Monkchip. Maybe he got some mommy issues. Because again, if I was his mama, do you know how fast I'd have cussed him out? Child. So I should marry a bulldog. What? Bitch, what? If they actually studied Martin Luther King, half of them be doing the BS they're doing now. Oh, you cut them 2 years ago? But that's what I'm saying, number one Eagles fan. I don't, because I don't think enough people are that deep into it. First of all, the average person doesn't know that Martin Luther King dated white women. And let's not use the word date, okay? Let's say he, because let's be clear, he wasn't dating them. But I don't think the average person knows about Martin Luther King's dating history outside of Coretta and that he cheated on Coretta. So that's the one thing. I really don't think that the average person goes that deep. So that's why I'm saying I don't think that black men use it to justify, because I don't think most people are that deep with it. And I'm not saying people are dumb. I'm just saying I don't think most people are that deep into Martin Luther King's dating history. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I like that one, Abby. Anything bad you have to say about a black woman, write it down and give it to your mama. I like that. Hey, Cola, how you doing? Exactly, Dami. You and Abby need to hook up. Abby, you and Jonathan and Dami. Oh, y'all need to hook up. Y'all down there. Well, Jonathan's not in Charlotte, but yeah. Yeah, Martin Luther King's dating habits are not in the textbooks. Like, that is just not something that is most people would know. I don't know why he got to be on the West Coast, Danny, but he is all yours. He is all yours. You can have him. You can have him. Yeah, I mean, Martin Luther King was far from innocent when it came to women. Let's be clear. You want KD back? I want KD back too. I didn't like that move. I didn't expect him to go anywhere. I ain't like that move at all. I didn't like that move at all, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, yeah, I ain't like that at all. And I understand what you're saying too, Eagles fan. I appreciate your point of view on it. I appreciate it. Well, on top of the fact that the people they lost in the offseason, they have a lot of injuries that isn't helping either. You guys are dropping my information into the chat. As you might notice, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I changed my YouTube and my Twitter to make it more in line with when I changed the name of the channel. So I changed it's the same account. I just changed the name. So if you already subscribed to my YouTube, if you already subscribed to my Twitter account and if you already subscribed to my IG, it's the same one. But I just changed it to ReallyBTV_ on YouTube. So just to make it a little bit more user-friendly and a little bit more streamlined. My Cash App is still ReallyBthePodcast and email is still ReallyBthePodcast. I'm just trying to keep it all that really be mindset. So definitely, and if you are a new subscriber or what have you, make sure you get my information, you guys. Oh, and I got a Cash App today, so I want to thank Sir James. I haven't seen him drop into the chat, but I want to thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. He said for all that you do. So thank you very much for loving on me for all that I do. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. Yeah. So my last hashtag is a little personal. What's up, Lady T? How you doing, girl? Right, for all that I do, this buzz for me. That's funny. So my last, and Lady T, I'm glad you stepped into the room. This goes back to a conversation that we were having last week on QB of the Midwest live on Friday. So I'm gonna tell a little bit, I guess a little story time, a little bit of my personal information. So there's been a lot of talk. My last hashtag is addiction. There's been a lot of talk of addiction on these YouTube streets the last week, and I'm not going to get into the specifics of why. If you know, you know, and if you don't, it's okay. You can still follow this story. I think that it seems like we have to work so hard to be heard and understood. We're very supportive, hardworking. It's like Rodney Dangerfield. I don't get no respect, child. You talking about black women? Because if that's what you're talking about, girl, you right. You ain't never lied about that one. So I'm sorry, y'all. I lost my train of thought. Look, I need to turn my TV off sometime because look, y'all. All right, I'm gonna get back to the other one. But look, y'all know I'm addicted to the Christmas stories, right? The Hallmark Christmas stories. And you know they're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Until after Christmas. So I have them on. And they were just showing a commercial that showed like all of these black people, because it ain't too many black people in the Hallmark Christmas movies. So I was looking because I was like, when they about to show all the black movies? Because it looked like they were getting ready to do like a marathon of just all the black ones. But they got to splice the black ones in to mix it up. So that's what got my attention, because I was like, what are all these black people on the Hallmark Channel doing? Anyway, y'all, back to the story. So, girl, I love these corny ass movies. I can't help it. I love them. I've seen them 50 million times. I love these damn movies. Anyway, so there's been a lot of talk about addiction. Shut up, face. Shut up. So nasty and so rude. What I do? Nasty and rude, mother? I'm nasty and rude? What I do? Oh. I mean, I just had some things I had to get off my chest. That's all. Just had a few things to get off my chest. That's all. I ain't fooling with you, mother. Oh, thank you, mother. I live to make you proud. I live to make you proud. Hey, Miss Mars, how you doing? Oh, Lady T, it's a video I just put up a few minutes before I came live. You can go look at it. It's only 5 minutes. It's about 5 minutes long. It's not long at all. It's not long at all. Just a little something I had to get off my chest, Gary. Just a little something. But something that I was a little frustrated with last week when I was in QB's chat and I was reading the comments when we were talking about the subject of addiction. And what obsessed me is that people make so many assumptions or so many judgments without fully understanding addiction and fully understanding the full impact of addiction. As someone who's dealt with addiction on a very intimate level in my family, I understand how deep addiction can take you. And for a lot of us who have not dealt with it on an intimate level, addiction is reduced to what we see in movies and what we hear other people discuss. And so it's very easy to dismiss someone's bad behavior as something other than the side effects of addiction. And I just want us to be a little nicer and a little more understanding, a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more compassionate of what people are going through when they are dealing with addiction. Understanding that there is a generational curse. Understanding that you can smoke a blunt and never want to ever smell, listen, be around weed ever again. Somebody else can smoke a blunt and that's all they ever smoke for the rest of their life is weed. Somebody else can smoke a blunt and then 6 months later they strung out on heroin. Like, I need people to understand that things affect people in a different manner. That's not excusing bad behavior. It's explaining it. And when people say, well, they chose to get high, they chose to do drugs. Sure, they did. Yeah, they did. They made a decision. But do we throw them out because of what they did? You know, you can't get mad at the dope fiend for doing dope fiend shit. And I said that Friday, like, if you're going to accept that somebody has an addiction, you can't say, oh, they high, they strung out. Oh, they just high. Oh, they just a weed head. They a crackhead. They this, they that. But then you get mad when they steal $10 from you or they steal out your wallet. That is what drug addicts do. They run schemes. They run capers. They lie. They steal. They do whatever they have to do to get to that next high. And when you look at somebody and you can look at somebody and say, oh yeah, I know they're getting high. Then nothing else beyond that should shock you. That doesn't mean you have to accept bad behavior. That doesn't mean you have to be okay with bad behavior. But what it does mean is you have to accept and understand that a person who was on drugs is going to exhibit bad behavior. They're not who they are sober. They're not. You would be surprised that when somebody finally gets their life together and they get cleaned up, you'll be surprised at who that person really is behind those chemicals. You'd be surprised. An addict will take whatever an addict can do to get to that next high. I worked at the jail. And there was a student, now mind you, 15, 16 years old, right? He was an alcoholic. This boy was an alcoholic. And you know what we had to do? This boy got caught. They used to have the hand sanitizers all over the jail, right? You know, the little dispensers. We had to remove the hand sanitizers because he got caught drinking hand sanitizer. Why was he drinking hand sanitizer? Because it had alcohol in it. Because he was so addicted when he got to the jail and was going through detox that he was drinking anything and everything that was going to give him any kind of high. Anything. So I think that, you know, it's easy to sit back and laugh at people when, you know, but when you're looking at someone self-destructing, I guess what I'm going to say is if you're going to sit back and you're going to look at somebody self-destructing because they're putting it on YouTube, that's their business. They're putting it on YouTube. But at least laugh in silence. Does that make sense what I'm saying? You can't sit there and watch this person for hours and hours at a time put their business on Front Street. Hey, what's up? Cross Miller. If I said it wrong, charge it to my head, not my heart, baby. How you doing? Welcome. You cannot. You got to take both sides of it. You can't say, well, I'm going to sit here and watch this person get high. And I'm going to watch this person go off. And I'm going to watch this person be on live for 10 hours a day. And then talk about them. How you going to look at somebody getting high for 10 hours a day and then say, ain't nothing wrong with them. They just trying to get your money. Yeah, they are. They're trying to get your money so they can go get high. What the fuck are y'all missing? It just bothered me. And the reason why I said Lady T, because I know me and you sort of we sort of had a lot of the same thought process. You know, we sort of had a little bit of the same thought process. And again, I know for myself, I have dealt with it. Like I said, on an intimate level, I have dealt with it. And, you know, it doesn't, you know, you see people that you love and under normal circumstances are great people, make bad decisions because they're not themselves. Hold on, let me read these comments and I'm going to get off of here. I just had to put my little 2 cents in there. Hey, Tasmanian Garcia, how you doing, babe? Genetics absolutely play a role in addiction, and we know that just like you could be susceptible if cancer runs in your family, you have a higher chance of getting cancer. Doesn't mean that you'll get cancer. It means that you run a higher risk than a person where it doesn't run in their family. So absolutely, addiction does. Have compassion and empathy. How you doing, Tanari K? Absolutely. Really, how you doing, baby? I mean, you know, Face is addicted to Jack Daniels. That's what he do. But we love him anyway. People always assume they know someone's story without first trying to understand what happened to get them to this point. We're so quick to judge, believe I know who have been addicted. Exactly. And, you know, if you pay attention to what's going on them YouTube streets and what happened this weekend, if there's any question as to why the person we were talking about on Friday, if there's any question as to why that woman has issues, all you got to do is look at her mama. It's generational. And her mother was an addict. She's an addict. She married an addict or chose to be with an addict, whether they married or not, chose to be with an addict. You know, that's what we do. Addiction and compulsive disorder go hand in hand. Yes, that's true. It sure does make sense, especially when they're Black. It sure does make sense. Unfortunately, people enjoy watching train wrecks. They do. They do enjoy watching train wrecks. That is the truth, Ruth. I knew someone that would shoot alcohol into his veins. Freaked me out when he first told me that. Again, he too got himself clean. Nothing funny about that, especially when I know people. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, people will make, hey, what's up, Pimp Type? People make some really bad decisions. You know? But it's not them in their sober mind. You and your friend are having y'all little amen corner. Well, all right, Lady T. Yes, girl. We were sort of on the same page on Friday. So I understood what you were trying to say. And the people in the chat were pissing me off. That's why I called in. Because I don't call in a QB show like that. But I just had to say my 2 cents. Yeah. Yeah, that person needs help. I walk the line all the time with JD. You do. You do. You really need to put the bottle down. You need to be more like me. You need to put the bottle down. Okay, Dami. Well, you know how to get in touch with me, baby. You know how to get in touch with me, Dami. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. I'm good. How are you today? Yeah. So I just had to put my little 2 cents on it because I just think that people are so quick to be so judgmental and act like it can never be them. And I promise you, most people have an addict in their family. Let's be clear. Black, white, yellow, orange. Most people have an addict in their family. Okay. You have 2 fresh gallons over there. Oh, well, I'll be through there sometime this week to help you with that. That's what friends do. Because I know you have an issue with Jack Daniels, I'm not going to let you drink that bottle by yourself. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. For you, Face. For you. Yeah, and like the example you brought up about caffeine and cigarettes, let me tell you something. I know people that if you talk to them before they have had their caffeine in the morning, had their coffee in the morning, you gonna get cussed out. That's a problem. My sister, and I'm gonna tell my sister's business because she don't care. She don't look at no YouTube. We had a snowstorm one time. This when we were still living with my parents. We had a snowstorm one time. We were adults, but we were both still living at home. And when I say a snowstorm, I mean a snowstorm. It wasn't a little flurries. It was a snowstorm. School closed, everything closed. The snow trucks hadn't come down the street yet. Honey, my sister ran out of cigarettes. I promise you, my sister put on her boots, put on all her wrapped up gloves, everything, and walked her happy ass to the 7-Eleven and got herself a pack of cigarettes. That's an addiction. That is an addiction. And when we tried to tell her no, she was like, child, I wish I would. I wish I would. So, yeah, I mean, those are addictions, and because, I guess it doesn't create those chemical imbalances of what drugs do and that behavior, we convince ourselves that it's better than we're better than the next person. And that's not true. Yeah, I mean, and you do detox. You absolutely, Danny, you have to detox. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I will drink a cup of coffee. I drink a cup of coffee once every couple of months. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I love tea. I do love tea, and I probably do not go more than 2 days without whether hot tea or cold tea. And I know that's my caffeine addiction. You know what I'm saying? Because this caffeine in tea. So unless you're drinking caffeine-free tea, which most people aren't, So anyway, you guys, that's me for today. I have to get up off of here because it's almost 8:00. And like I told y'all, I'm trying to get my videos out tonight, honey. Because, I'm trying to get my content. What's up, Simone? What's up? Hey, Tanya. Thank you, girl. That's only the second one this year, but I'll take it. Exactly, Monk Chip. People have to choose to be sober. You can't make nobody. What's up, little bro? I got to call you. When I get off of here, I'm going to call you because I got to talk to you about something. Everyone has an addiction to something. Only thing is some are not as harmful as others, but still an addiction. El Teddy addicted to peeing. I'm laughing because I know the face he just made. If you gave up alcohol and caffeine, you would probably be the picture of health. Yeah, probably. not hey boy, hey. Y'all know the face El Teddy just gave me when I just said he addicted to pain. Look, El Teddy tell his own business. Okay? Going over to the house of debauchery. El Teddy tell his own business. All right, you guys. I'm about to get up off of here. I'm sorry for those of you that just came on in. Monk Chip laughing at you. El Teddy talking about some helmet. Monk Chip, don't start that. Do not start that again. Oh my gosh. That was, oh my God. El Teddy and that daggone helmet head mess. Oh my gosh. Whoo. I'm not doing this with y'all tonight. Though we not doing that. I'm gonna get up off of here. Anyway, thank y'all for coming through, hanging out with a sister. I'm gonna catch y'all on the other side because he said pure as a driven snow. Yeah, driven after a traffic jam. Okay. I subscribe to you for the clout. Okay, well, thank you for the subscription. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Look, Daddy, we're not doing this. We're not doing this by y'all. I'm getting off here right now before y'all get started. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. I'm not doing this with y'all. Good night and goodbye. I'm not doing this with y'all.